Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. How are we doing? I missed you. Where have you been? I was here. Hi, Milk. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Bucketless Gamer. I forgot what I did with your name. How are we doing today? I think I'm just gonna stand. I forgot to actually adjust the tripod, and Winston likes to sit on the stool anyway. So, oh, unless he falls into his water bowl, he actually did. He fell full. Yeah, what? I haven't screamed for not even a minute, and he falls with his. I have a big bowl for his water because he kept knocking it over. So I got this low bowl that is very heavy. I think it's supposed to be for baby. And he was sitting on the stool that I usually sit on, this one, next to me. And he slips. All four of us. Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. Oh no, this one is dry. This one is only the bottom. These two, though. Oh man. Oh, enjoy your lurk, Armadio. Garfield, hi. How are you doing? How are we feeling today? Oh, and Blitpixel, how are you doing? I'm sorry. I missed you. I'm so sorry. I forgot scissors because well, we have to wait a little bit. We have to wait a little bit for the guest of honor. I mean, I guess you can play with that because you're a bit sad. He just knocked something off the counter. Whew. All right. I'm still a bit out of breath because I fell asleep. I had a very lovely morning. I forgot to turn on my alarm, but because I'm so used to getting up at waking up at 5, luckily I woke up on time to go for a walk with Winston, and we went really far. What are you doing? Why? What is this? No, I'll just take it away if you're going to be like this. No, I kind of you just fell into a huge bowl. Why do you need this glass? We're back. Anyway, we had a good walk. We went very far, and he did very good. But I think he's upset that I am now going to be streaming again. He doesn't like it. Too's is sleeping, but yeah, he's been doing very well during the weekends. I still go out at the same time with him for me myself because I need the routine of it all. But also because it's just my favorite time of the week to go outside early morning in the weekend because it's very quiet. You don't really see anyone. It was already my favorite time of day, but especially with Winston, we've been practicing going into the neighborhood, getting him used to cars up close because he doesn't really get a chance to see cars up close. And I do want to go on bigger adventures with him. Literally 2 weeks, you have not done this. You know, literally 2 weeks, you have not been doing this. So stop, you complete bully. No, don't look at me like that. He was so nice, but now he's jealous. I swear, he's jealous. See you. I'm so happy to be back. Just off to eat my Sunday roast. Oh, have a good meal. Have a good meal. Have a good meal. Hi, Unstupefied. How are we doing? And Timothy is here. No, I need to get a scissor in a little bit, and then I have something to show because some gifts came in. Oh my god! Seriously, Winston, he has not done this since the last stream. He isn't he doesn't go there. But he could seriously hurt himself. Can you not? You haven't. You see? Oh, or I barely saved a light. You can die if you do this. Why do you do this? Get away. Stop it. I really don't want to get another water bottle, but you're forcing me if you keep doing this during stream. You can't do this. Stop. Why? I swear, he has been so good. If I need a nap, he'll join me. He doesn't riot when it's bedtime at night. He only does this during stream, and I don't understand. Like if he were to, he likes to attack my socks. I wear very thick socks in the evening. If he did that, if he wanted to attack my leg, go ahead, but don't almost, that's no good. Um, I kind of need to wait, right? What have we been doing this week? I had a bit of a bad week. They came to do maintenance on the park, so I'm glad that I had already decided to take the week off because I needed to rest a little bit more. But that truly upsets me to my core, and I know that there is nothing I can do. This is like the third, no, sixth time they do that. I guess because I do it twice a year. But it just doesn't make sense to me because you're depriving the ground of resources. You're breaking the cycle of the ecosystem, and if that meant if this also meant that they cleaned up like the plastic and just the garbage that people leave and that gets stuck in like places where you don't necessarily see it until you get rid of the overgrowth. So if you come to do maintenance and you leave all the crap that humans leave behind, but just take away what the animals have been building, that upsets me. Okay, so I'm still a bit upset. Clearly, I would say actually very much upset, really, but there's nothing I can do about it. So please bear with me. I try to keep the curtains closed because it's just upsetting to me. It's my autism. I know. But knowing that doesn't stop it. Hi, Rico. I'm so happy to see you too. Wait, what are you sending me cheese on Stupefy? Wait, what is the first one? Smelly cheese. Oh no. They are really small people. They are small people, really. They know you are talking to another person. Yeah, I know. And Winston is especially jealous because he also behaves weird. If someone comes over, he'll suddenly pretend that he can't jump into the cat tree, for example. And he'll jump with his front legs on top of the most top layer of the cat tree and hang on it like, oh, save me, save me. He's so silly. He never does. He can jump over me if he wants to. How do I know this? Because in the morning it's still dark when you go out and there's bats here. And the first time he saw a bat, he jumps so high, I thought he was gonna fly off into space because he just launched himself up into the air. Luckily, I know it now and I'm prepared. But he wildin'. And whenever someone comes over, he'll just pretend that he's the saddest kitty and that he doesn't get any attention. Silly. He's my little man, so I can't really blame him. But also, like I said, if it bothers me, fine. But don't go into places that might end up hurting yourself, Winston. That is not what we do here. Yeah, show your face. Show your face. No, not that. Don't look at me like that. Please, stop it. No. Don't you squeak. Don't you squeak. Then we have a good walk. Then we saw bunnies. And bats. And we went into a new part of the neighborhood. We played with leaves. He was very scared when I started doing that. He was like, what the hell are you doing? And then he realized that, oh, this is actually kind of fun. So we played with leaves. And we stayed out a really long time as well. So he has absolutely no reason. He gets fishy. Last week I couldn't go out a few days with him, but the solution I've come up with to help him deal, I guess, if he can't go out in the morning with me, is for one I play a little bit more with him. Even if I can't get out of bed, cats. If you just move your hand underneath the blankets, they're already happy. But also, I get him an extra deluxe fishy. Aside from all the good things that they already get, like they get wet food just every day, but it's like an actual tuna that I give him. So he has no excuse. Stop it, Winston. Oh my God, no, hold on. All right. Listen, it seems like he's the most bad behaved cat that ever was, but he's such a good boy these days. I don't get it. That was wild. He almost knocked over. He can't even get there. He's not even, he doesn't fit there. He almost knocked over a vase, but the way he was going to, he would have fallen right into the glass. I'm telling you, he's right. How do I explain to the vet that my cat unalived himself? How do I explain that? They're not going to believe me. Would you? Hi, Daniel. Wait, did I say hello? Hi, Daniel. Hi, Kivis. Toby, how are we doing? Oh, and Brandon. People came in, I think, when I was saving my cat from himself. Thank you, Brandon. You all look great as well. I miss you so much. You have no idea. Here he is when he's always here. You don't understand. He follows me around. He's my familiar basically. I know this. He saves me and he protects me. And is this causing a? Yeah, it is. This plant needs support, but I don't have it. I need to like stakes or something. That sounds violent. You know what I mean? Bamboo sticks or something. What am I reading? Oh, well, this is actually. Hold on, before I say something wrong. I'm pretty sure I know who. I'm traumatized now. I'm traumatized. In my first video about books on YouTube, I made a mistake, and I can't edit it out anymore. So because then the time code that I put in there for the spoiler part of that video, I know it seems like it isn't correct, because the time code that appears on screen when I say if you don't want to hear the spoilers of the Maidens, go to the next chapter. But I did that on purpose because if you actually go to the time code, I will tell you whether you should read it or not. And if you don't want to be influenced, you can just click on the next chapter. But so it is correct. But if I were to clip out the part where I say I was gifted the book, the waves, I said I was gifted that book by Loop. I wasn't. But I was thinking about Loop because Loop has been very generous and helping me out by gifting some things that, for one, are helping me with adventures for YouTube, but also the kitties. And that just, if there's one thing that makes me happy, it's when my kitties are happy, which is why it's so frustrating when Winston does this, because I do want to give him attention. I need to work sometimes, can't help it. So before I talk about this, I have to check. Remember, I don't know if you were here, but I said that I had some trouble with my laptop and stuff, because it died when I wanted to, when I was actually, wait, where do I see who gifted it? Oh no. Huh? I can't see it. Well then, I should just put it away. I'm currently reading mostly The Quiet Room. Has anyone read this? Hi, Jengas. I feel like I'm repeating myself constantly. I haven't been sleeping very well the last few days and also not eating very well. I'm sorry. Hi, Berkey. Been enjoying the YouTubes. Really, Toby? Did you see my apology? I'm so sorry. See? I fixed it though. I fixed it. Why is this wet? What's happening today? What is this? What is it? Is it like a new moon? Because it feels like a new moon today. Is it just me? It's a great way of keeping up with you, and I can't make the stream. Oh, that's great, because that's kind of a little bit my intention as well, with the wrap ups and book club books, the base that I'm trying to build with YouTube, and also just a place to talk more about books. But I have to say that as I said in the beginning, aside from wanting to just expand and reach more people. The selfish part about the YouTube adventure for me is when I have to cancel stream because I'm in too much pain or whatever it is. I found out that the plant, I repotted it, and the stuff that I got was infected. So if you see any flies, that's what's been happening, and I haven't been able to fix it, because how do you fix that? What was I saying? The flies are distracting me. Does anyone know how I can fix that? Because I've tried everything already and it doesn't work. Oh, YouTube. Oh, the selfish part about that is that when I have to cancel stream, I always felt very guilty, and that kind of made the symptoms worse, because stress makes endometriosis a lot worse. Like the migraines especially. The stomach ache I can kind of deal with, because I've been dealing with that since 2017, but the migraines only started when I moved here, really. Well, no, I think it really started like after 7 or 8 months after moving in here, that they really started to become migraines, and they've just become progressively worse. But YouTube helps me think about something else, because stream I have to keep on the days that they are, because I need that routine. But I felt guilty, and part of what YouTube has been doing for me is giving me something to think about, aside from I am disappointing people. I am I am a miserable, miserable, lying, stupid girl who, what am I, you know, that doesn't help when you're already in pain and sick and unable to even, you know, stand up straight without crying. So I'm glad that you like it, and I hope that you're gonna like the surprise that I've got coming up as well. I'm planning on coming week. I'm gonna go out for something different, but we'll see. Fix what? I repotted this plant because this plant is huge, and it was in a tiny little pot. But the what is it? The ground, the stuff that you, the soil that I got seems to have been infected with something because a few days after I repotted it, I started having these tiny little flies. And at first I thought I don't know, maybe the little container I use for food waste, maybe there was something in there that just developed really quickly, and now there's flies. I couldn't figure it out. But I figured out that that's one of the reasons that Winston wants to go in here constantly, but also that's where the flies come from, and I don't know how to fix it. Because I've tried putting more soil over it, trying to smother them, but I fear that I just gave them more food. So is there a natural way to kill these stupid little flies? Because the plant isn't dying; it's in the soil, and it's really annoying to see all these little tiny little flies. I can't catch them either. They're too tiny. Loop! Hi. Hello. How are you doing? Look what I got. Funny story about this one. I'm all over the place today. This is what happens when I'm away for a little bit and I'm too excited. My tea's already cold. Should throw it away. I love you enjoyed the waves. It's an original book, and I needed to show it so I would get it, and you did. I did, Toby, and then I messed up, and I completely credited the wrong person for the gifted book. So, but I fixed it in the newest video, which is really interesting because this is my third video, my second book video, and I'm already having apologies. It's a good start. Want to bet how long it will take before I have to do another apology? No, I'm glad it's just about books. Yeah, just about books, because I would rather not have an actual apology video. It's a bit of a joke, you know, right? I got root bound. You need a bigger pot for its roots because it's... No, I repotted it, and then I got the flies. It was in a very tiny pot. The plant is like this. It was abused, I know. So I repotted it. It's gone from a pot like this to a pot that is... Well, no, it was like this. The pot was like this, and now it's this, and the diameter has gone from about this to this. So this one is not going to have to be moved again, and I also won't be able to get it out again because I could barely lift it. It weighs more than I do, which isn't very hard, but still. You can usually get rid of aphids by spraying the plants with soapy water. Won't that hurt the plant? Hi, Bobby. Just makes sense to be on YouTube if you're doing content creation now, being given my really successful on there. Yeah, but I'm not doing it for the money. If anything, I'm doing it because of my core why, and my core why is that I would love to eventually gap my income once I am actually making enough money to sustain myself, because at the moment I'm not. At the moment, I have a kind of a agreement with the government, with a person from the government, not the actual government, but like my it's not a social worker, but just a person who decides whether I have the right for on social aid. And technically, because, well, if you've been here for a little bit, you know, I sometimes have to cancel stream out of nowhere. Maybe you've seen me suffer a little bit, just a little bit. And a normal job, they're not going to want to hire me, because who wants to hire someone who needs to be paid sick pay without delivering any work 60% of the time? Because even while editing for YouTube, I'm often in a lot of pain, and I have the luxury to do to work from my bed, to not have to dress up or go outside. I can reheat my water bottle as much as I need. I can take a nap in between. But there's no job that is going to allow that. Even if that were, I would not be able to deal with that mentally, with the stress of having to disappoint a boss. I'm my own boss now, right? And I do have to disappoint you, but I'm assuming that you'll have a lot more understanding for me not being able to sit here than like a boss who doesn't care about their workers per se, because for me there are like 200 other people who have no job and would love to have the job, you know? So technically I could be written off, which would mean that I don't have to work, I don't have to apply to jobs, I just get financial aid because I'm sick, I'm chronically ill. But I don't want that. I have a goal. I want to cap my income, like I said, and whatever is above that, I want to put back, for one, in the community, but I want to specifically work on men's mental health. That is very important to me because I feel like that is, well, it's not, it's fact. That is the root of a lot of problems for women like me. And while I would never say that protesting isn't the way to go, this makes me a bit nervous because I'm afraid that especially women will think that I'm not a feminist, but actually I am. Because I can, if someone yells at me about all the things that I've done wrong, there's a good chance that I'll want to dig my heels in the sand as opposed to listen. So I'm trying to do it the other way around. Yes, protest. Yes, raise awareness, but also put some love in there and actually take care of the cause that you want to work on, you know? Why are you talking about spiders? So I'm not diversifying, I guess, because I want money, and I actually would rather also not become too well known, to be completely honest. I'm already afraid to go outside. The thought that I might one day get recognized by lots of people terrifies me, truly. I wouldn't hate it. I would be excited, but also it scares me. It's a scary thought, you know. So no, that's not why I'm doing it. Why I'm doing anything is because I want to take care of people. I want to help people. That's really all I want to do. Yes, Loop, the cup. Oh, I just think it's funny. I get to be part of your YouTube journey. Okay, that's such a relief. You miss it in a silly and small way. It's silly. I know it's silly, but I did feel bad when I read Loop's comment. I was like, oh no, what did I do? This is so stupid. But I did promise that you would get to witness all the stupid mistakes that I make, and hopefully create a little bit more of an authentic space over here on the internets. But yeah, I've really been enjoying myself over on YouTube, as in making the content. The filming is hard. That is really hard, especially the last video. I had a really bad day. I felt really bad. And I think the video ended up being like 14 minutes, but it took me an hour to record it because I almost cried several times. Here I go again. What is this? I am reading this though, and I wanna talk about these two together. That's why I was a bit confused, because I didn't want to bring this up before Loop came in. But it connects to this, and that's going to be scary. Who has read Rabbits from Terry Miles? It was a book club pick. Oh, yes. Hi. Thank you so much for the hydrate. How are we doing? Oh. I hate money. I hate money, everyone. But Topi, yeah, I do. I have a very strong core why. And that is that I want to help people. That is really why I started this journey at all. That is weird. I hope nothing goes wrong. I just got a very weird notification, but I'm just gonna ignore it. I think. I probably need scissors though. I did get more. I did get more things, but before I move on to that, I'm reading The Quiet Room, and if you've read Rabbits, the first book of this, you know that this is about a game that involves coincidences and following the pattern in real life. So it's a game. And say you see a purple umbrella, and apparently that is a clue to winning the game. You follow that purple umbrella, and it will bring you to a building where they sell a CD, and on that CD is a mistake, like a printing mistake. But that mistake will actually, you get my point. This is the second book, right? And I kid you not, on the same day that I get this, I hope I won't get censored. I've heard that the reason you need to cover this up is because you could get sued, or they can take your income if you show logos. I didn't know that, but good to know. If you look closely, if you're not familiar, he has wings, right? And they look a lot like the wings that this god Hermes. Hermes? How do you pronounce that? I've never heard anyone say it. The same kind of wings, right? Right? Listen, in the first 25 pages, that makes me paranoid, because that's what this book is about: coincidences and synchronicities. And I kid you not, Hermes. Oh, that sounds okay. Hermes wings. The first sitting, I get this cup. I make tea. I put it in here. I sit down to read this book, and I get the same experience as the people in the book. And that's scary, because that's the second time. The same thing happened with rabbits. And I don't know if that's just my brain, but I feel like that's scary. So I hope Hermes. Okay. Hermes. Oh, Hermes. Oh, okay. Hermes. I hope I remember. Thank you, Topi, for being patient with me. I'm a bit silly, I know. I've had such a week. You get sued for showing logos that hold some. Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's what I heard. Who said that? Cinnamon Toast Ken, I think, explained that that's why people have stickers over their laptops and stuff. I thought it was just because they didn't want to promote something they didn't want to promote for without getting money. But apparently, if you show a logo, that company can claim that the reason you make money is because of their involvement. I had no clue, so I'm glad that I learned that before I do get monetized on YouTube and everyone takes all the money that I get that I want to put back into the community. That would be silly. I don't get it though, because wasn't it like isn't the whole reason that the Mac or are you okay? I know, but I really don't. I'm already shaky because of what happened with Winston just now. I'm very nervous. And so, if you could please leave me alone. I'm getting bullied by both my cats. Okay. But yes, this is a good book. I do recommend it. But if you get as paranoid as I am, don't worry. I'm still alive. So, can I? Oh, I do need you. I do need you because Luke got you something very cute. But let's first start with this one. I did open the box because I'm a bit afraid to unbox things on stream. Because I am never really sure what will come in. But look at this! I got books! To go get books! Book hauls. I love it. I love it. I have never had a actual cute tote. I have free ones. It says there's no such thing as too many books. And it has pretty flowers. It's very sturdy. I do need a... Shall I try? You forgot, Loop. How can you forget? It's the most exciting thing. Let me get scissors. Oh, I think she noticed. I'm gonna get scissors and the cat that is supposed to wear the thing that is in here. Hold on. I should have just gotten it out before I got the cat, but here we are. Zeus, we got you something cute. Maybe if I spank her, she'll stay. Of course she will. Technically, I got her, but yes, she already wanted to get up here, so... Okay, can you stay for a little bit? Oh, I do need to get the bells off, because Zeus doesn't like them. Winston, funnily enough, loves the bells. Oh, are you gonna leave? How? Wait. Here, I got it. Okay, that's fine too. Oh, oops. Well, I was gonna do the pink one anyway. Can you go back, please? Thank you. Look! Ah! This made my week. I have to say, this actually made my week. A little bit tighter? Am I able to? Oh. It's a bit big. Hold on. I actually do it very loose on too loose. because I don't know. Oh, I do know actually, because I'm afraid that she will get stuck. Oh my God, look at you. You're so pretty. Look at you. Oh, you're the cutest little kitty. I will take it off when she has to eat. But you wanna, okay, go show it. No, show it. Okay, well, fine. Well then, she'll show up. This was the one that she was wearing before. In case you don't know, she wanted this. She was very, how do I explain? How do I explain what she, okay, Winston is violent. So I got him a bow tie with a bell so that Toulouse can hear him coming. And for about a week or 2, 3, I would say that she was really angry. And I didn't get it. Oh, I forgot to take off the bell. Oh, frick. It's chaos today. I'm so sorry. I'm nervous. I'll fix it later. It's really good quality, I have to say. I could also take the little bow tie off and put it on a different collar if I wanted to. Winston, when we get back from our walk, I take off his bow tie, and he has a walking thingy harness. That's the word I'm looking for. And then when we get back home, I put the bow tie back on. But sometimes I forget. Don't bully your sister, or at least do please keep each other busy. That's better. If she comes back, I'll put it on. And when I forget, Winston will start meowing. And the moment I pick it up, he gets excited and comes towards me. So he likes it. So Winston got his bow tie with a bell so that Toulouse is aware of where he is in the house, right? But she was angry for a few weeks until she was on here. I think it happened on stream, didn't it? Yeah, it must have. And she wanted a collar too. And ever since, she's fine. She really wants to have a collar. But with the little flower, where did I leave it? Everything's gone. Thank you, Loop. I love it. It's so cute. And I also have a green one, but it fell. Hold on. For Christmas? I love it. I love it so much. She did feel left out. I think she really did, because I have to say I did talk Winston up. He is very handsome. He's very dapper with his little bow tie, and he loves wearing it. I swear he wants to wear it. It makes no sense. Lose to lose. Yeah, he has a little blue bow tie. Blue just looks good on him, so he has a little blue bow tie. I also got him a sweater, but I have to do something about that because it's a bit too tight. So he just stands like this. He doesn't mind it. I am able to get it on, and he doesn't mind it at all. Um, but yeah, I have weird cats. My cats, I guess, want to be dressed up. I didn't think that was a possibility, but here we are. Hi, Marco. Cats shouldn't wear bells. Their sound is bad for their mental health. I would say that it's the opposite for this one. Winston isn't a normal cat. I named him after a dog, and I am afraid he thinks he is a dog. He demands that I walk him in the morning because I decided on the time, but he actually pees on the leash. Have you ever heard of a cat that pees on a leash? I didn't, but I have one. So I'm afraid I have to disagree. For this case, at least. So, I don't know. That will be interesting to see him in the sweater. Yes, but I have to fix it a little bit. It's a bit too tight in the armpits. But he did wear it already, and then he didn't freak out. And so if regarding the bell, if I forget to put his collar back on, Winston's collar, you get restless for one. And if I pick it up and he hears the bell, he comes running and he sits. I'm not kidding. It's so weird. Winston's a gentleman and an asshole. Actually, yes, he's a Jekyll and Hyde. He he is never so violent as when I'm streaming. I'm not kidding. It's stupid. He's calming down a little bit now, but it's fine. He's not like this. He's not like this when I'm not streaming. He's really sweet, I swear. I'm back! Hey, you're back too, Millie. How are you doing? All right. I do want to talk about something serious today. And I think I'm going to do it because I am a bit low on energy. And I've been thinking about this for a few days. Now, maybe you've heard of what I'm referring to. I don't know how to bring this up. I'm going to be serious now. I'm not kidding. I'm going to be serious. And maybe you noticed something just in the last hour, if you've been here, or in the last few minutes. Maybe you noticed something. Maybe you didn't. And I'm guessing you didn't. Because I feel like if that were the case, I would have had a notification of some kind. Hi, Katsu. Cat petting techniques? What do you mean? I am okay. Sort of. But I'm very nervous. And angry. And this ties back to my core why. Okay, so it's very important that we're going to talk about this. I have been a true crime... I've been interested in true crimes since a very young age. I had an interesting childhood, and the psychology behind the people who are the perpetrators in these cases has always fascinated me. So I've seen quite a few things, and I'm not saying that it never upsets me, but I'm scared. I'm scared to actually say it, because it's not an American case. It's on the other side of the world. And recently some videos have been coming up, allegedly, about this case. If you know, you know. If you know, you can say in the chat, maybe. I don't want to say the actual words because I don't know yet how to. But it's about a famous person. And they're saying it was an accident, but it's impossible. And the entire existence of this man is being erased. And the reason I found out about this is because of Rotten Mango. I'm sorry for the switch here, but maybe now you're going to understand why I'm so nervous, because I wanted to see if it worked, and it doesn't. And that's a problem, and we need to start talking about this. What I'm talking about is this. What does this mean? Does anyone know? Or, just a little bit more subtle, it doesn't have to be this. It can just be this motion. Has anyone ever heard about that? Yeah, Katsu, thank you. I'm very happy. It means help. It means I'm in trouble, I'm in danger, and I can't get out. I need you to save me. And this famous person who has, in my eyes, and in the eyes of a whole lot of people on the internet, been brutally taken away from this world. Not by one person, but by a group of persons, people. And not just any people. I'm talking about the most powerful people. Because when I'm saying the existence of this person is being deleted, I mean when this all started to kick off, when certain videos were coming to light about what happened to this person, this man. Let me be very clear. I'm talking about a man, right? From that moment on, within seconds, every comment, every even allusion to this case, to try and get attention, to try and get justice, because it makes no sense. It's not possible. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't. And if it was, there were 12 people, or at the most 15 other people present in the apartment where this person apparently fell out of through a mesh that is metal, not plastic, metal. And oh, that is scary. That is scary. See, I'm terrified. But the only way that this can happen, I'm talking about thousands of accounts have been deleted. You heard that? That was scary. Thousands of accounts have been deleted. Comments disappear within seconds. And the people who are suspects, the people who are allegedly, who were allegedly present at this party, their social medias are also being deleted. And I came across this because of a true crime, Rotten Mango channel that I've listened to for years, and she's so respectful and almost a comfort, you know, because I know that the way she brings it is going to help me understand what is going on, and the victims are respected. And I don't listen to all true crime. There's very specific people that I trust. I have never had this reaction because the proof goes back years. He has been screaming for help for years, or he was. And this, he did it in a subtle way, but there's one video in particular where he did this. And I'm getting goosebumps again. I've had goosebumps since Wednesday, to Thursday. And the reason I want to talk about that is because it ties back into my core why, part of my core why, helping people, but especially men's mental health. And I fear that the reason it wasn't seen is because men's mental health isn't being taken seriously. Now, I'm also talking about a part of the world where maybe they didn't know this sign. I'm guessing they really didn't. But also there's a blindness. Because I didn't know this man before this true crime case. I had never heard of him. No awareness. But from the very first images, I felt like this is a very frail looking man. And he looks very... I recognized some of the behavior from when I was in the domestic violence situation. And he did live streams. There's just thousands of hours of evidence of bruises on his face. I even found one where you can see that he seems to have been hanged. That's why I'm talking about it. Look, I need people to know this. And I knew this existed. Unfortunately, not when I needed it most. I wish I did when I lived in the UK, because maybe I wouldn't have to move away if I was able to give out a sign like that when I needed it. But I have seen ads for it But the problem with those ads, I've come to realize, is that the ads that let you know that this is a sign to help, usually they show it in a way that someone is doing it like this, right? So that the person that keeps an eye on them doesn't see it. But in the ads, to raise awareness for this ad, help, always, at least the ones that I have been exposed to, always involves young girls or women. As if I am the only one who can be victim to something horrendous as that. As if men can't be kidnapped and hurt. And in this case it was years. And not behind closed doors. No, there's evidence. There was evidence all over the internet. It's being scrubbed at the moment. I've been witnessing it on Bilibili. There a few days ago, it was thousands of videos. There's barely a few dozen now. So it's continuing, and I don't know how to. There you go. Let me just do it like this. I don't want to. I'm scared. Please be careful. Don't look into it too deep. I am scarred, and I have 15, 16 years of true crime data in my head. But I think the reason it gets to me is because it was so obvious. And I didn't look into it too deeply either, but I wanted to see one specific live, his last live on Valentine's Day in 2023, and I sobbed. Because it's so clear that he is not okay. He is not okay. And he keeps saying that he hasn't eaten in almost all the videos that I have come across since then. He says that he hasn't eaten and he will remember, and he does want to. And there's just fear in everything, in all his movements. And I get, when you're a fan, you might be blinded. But I think what happened here is also that it was a man, and his silence was taken as a coolness rather than he is scared, and he doesn't even know how to breathe, because there were literally people keeping an eye on him 24/7. There is reason to believe that he didn't even have privacy in his bedroom. If you Google him, I just want you to know where he's from. And if you know where he's from now, maybe you understand why I'm a bit scared, especially knowing that, I'm not kidding, everything about this person is being scrubbed. But the way he found his ending, I am actively looking into more things about what is going on over there. And if you could do me a favor, could you especially to add to it that this sign isn't just for women, isn't just for children, it's for everyone. Pay attention. Please, I can't. I'm switching to Dutch. I'm so upset. Right? So please don't look into it too much, because I did. I don't regret it. I need to, because this is part of my core why, right? Hi, Scraticus, how are you doing? And I guess that case for me is giving me even more willpower to not allow my chronic illness to get in the way of me wanting to help people, me wanting to let especially men know that they have the right to be not okay. They can be abused as well. And that is, it's just so important. It's so important to me. And if you could do me a favor, could you talk about this to people? Just bring it up. Because years, I'm talking years, in public, on TV, in live streams. I have even found a video where he did the Morse code for SOS. Can you imagine? I am nervous because I had planned. I had already said this on Instagram. Can you please remind me? Because, like I said, I've been interested in true crime for ages. And I thought it would kind of sink away underneath the surface, but I have been thinking about this man day and night. I couldn't sleep, can't eat. Because can you imagine having millions of eyes on you, actually saying, save me in a few instances, tapping out SOS whenever you can, being bruised, and giving the universal help sign for years, and still ending the way he did. It breaks my heart. And I think it's a compound of being blinded by someone's fame. You're still a person. You're still vulnerable. And in fact, this case is kind of making me wonder, maybe those who are famous are actually a lot more vulnerable than everyone else. Maybe that is actually a lot. Maybe being known isn't a safety at all. Maybe that actually puts you in the sights of people that want to hurt you. But that on its own blinds people. Fame. Oh, he says he hasn't eaten because he must lose weight. Listen, this guy was frail even at the beginning of his career. What do you mean he must be dieting? If someone keeps saying that, maybe there's something wrong. So add to the fame the fact that it was a man, and men's mental health isn't taken as seriously as it should be. Mental health should be taken seriously always, but there is a severe lacking of attention when it comes to men. And this is the most horrible proof that I could have gotten, but also a motivation. I'm very upset still, and I don't know how to talk about him though, because what if, well, you know, I'm just a tiny person. What doesn't mean I'm safe? I'm terrified. So, if there's one thing that you get away from this stream today, is that before I started talking about this, I did it a lot. I give a lot of these. I didn't keep count. I kind of want to do that after stream, actually. I want to see how many times I got in without notice. But I did it. Hi, Vedo comments. I'm talking about something very serious. I'm so sorry. But thank you. Yes, I read a lot. I read a lot. Books are my life, and they're saving my life again. Hello, Inokian. How are you doing? Hi, Av. I'm sorry I didn't see you. It's often a thought of that wouldn't happen to them. Yeah, exactly. So, this, in slow motion, it's 5. That's why it's called 5, 4, 0. And usually in ads to raise awareness, they'll do this. But please remember that if someone does this, 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 in that order, and remains like this, and it's not something you usually see, ask a question or try to find a way to safely ask them if they are okay. I was keeping an eye on my notification and nothing popped up. That's why I know that no one saw me do it a few times. There's one image in particular where he did it so many times. And the thing is, I have not been in such a horrible situation as this guy went through. Never. But I had a horrible childhood. And I know what it's like to cry your eyes out because you're being mentally abused. And then go to school and still be crying. But just because you're able to smile, people think it's fine. I know what it's like to not be seen. But this guy was seen by millions and years. I can't get over it. So, for example, he at some point he does this, and then says, "Oh, there's something in my context," and he looks at his fist, and it's so clear. It's so clear. Okay, well, that's a good thing because I don't want to upset you if you're a new viewer. I'm talking about something very serious. I don't mind talking about serious things. I kind of welcome it, but this is really getting to me. So I'm sorry if I'm not able to hide that. I'm giving out how I handle seeing that in real life. Yeah, I'm not sure either, especially in this case because of the country he was from. But if you see it in public, the thing is about a lot of bad people, the worst fear is being found out. So if you see it in public, just like if there's a chance, if someone is trying to kidnap you, they say don't let them take you to a second location and yell, make noise because they don't want to be seen. That is often the most important thing to someone who wants to do bad things to someone else. They don't want to be noticed. They don't want the world to find out. But I don't know. I am Scraticus because I can't get over this. Years and years of being put in front of, he was used as a toy. He was humiliated, and he had to perform. They probably how do you say that, threatened the life of his pets and his mother to keep him in check. mm, just years. It's just I have just a tiny little bit of experience of what this guy must have gone through, because when I lived in the UK, it was really bad as well. Not just my childhood. Like when in the UK, the relationship that I was in, there were a few live streams where I was actively being abused, and no one saw. So I know 1% of his pain, and that is already unbearable. So this sign, if you ever see it, I always say, I mean, I've jumped into situations on the street that were just normal. Like I thought that a guy was abusing a girl, and it turned out that they were really just that it really wasn't. But I would rather make a fool of myself than open the news and find out that she's dead or he's dead. I would rather think that I would rather that they think that I am a creep than open the news and find out that they're not with us anymore. You know what I mean? Um, it's incredibly sad when someone that needs help just can't obtain it. I'm sorry you had to go through that. No, it's okay. I didn't actively ask for help, but I watched those back. I don't think they're available anymore, and they're not on YouTube or anything. And I don't think I have them. But there's one day in particular that I'll never forget, because I watched it back, and I could see myself breathing very irregularly, and I was very tense, and you could see me looking to the side where the guy I was in a relationship with. And you could see me follow him when he was trying to mess with me, because every time I went into a focus, a power hour or a focus sprint, he would start, and every time I muted myself, he was quiet. But for the entire stream, he was abusing me, really, and no one saw. And now extrapolate that for the guesses, 12 to 13 years. 12 to 13 years of feeling like that. Oh, man. And not just feeling like that, but actively trying to get help, actively using a universal sign for help, actively tapping out SOS, saying verbally, save me. In an interesting situation, he claimed that the connection with his live stream was failing. It wasn't. It happened, which probably gave him the idea, but at that moment, it was very clear. And he was like, it doesn't matter. I hope I'll find a way to actually talk about this person. I put it in chat. And I am personally, oh, and this also, wait, no, actually, the thing is, I don't want to say it out loud because I'm scared. I'm scared, okay? Actually, maybe if we, maybe a bit paranoid, but also I'm not. You know what I mean? This is the Epstein case of the other side of the world, basically. Yes, Sophie, yes. Okay, oh, thank you. Thank you for asking that because I would almost forget. Let me make it very clear. If I do that and I don't actually talk about it, there's something wrong. But I'm okay, I'm safe. As far as it's possible because I'm a woman. But no, I'm raising awareness. I almost forgot. That would have been bad. I've been thinking about this too long. Yeah, let me just say that I will never put out fake signs of danger. If I give out a signal of distress, no, whatever it is, and I don't talk about something specific, or I don't explain the sign, there is something wrong, and I don't know what to do. Maybe you can help me with that. But no, I'm talking about this, and I'm upset because this gay. I don't know why. I do know why, but also I don't know why it's so hard. I agree with you, Vat. You have to teach young people, but I think that why I'm so upset about it is because the sign is usually promoted with the man as the evil guy that is kidnapping a little girl, and the little girl, for example, one of the videos I saw was a very scary looking man in a car with a little girl next to him that does this, without him seeing, and it's always about men kidnapping women. But I don't remember ever seeing an ad for this sign, the help sign, where the roles are reversed, or where the victim is at least male. It doesn't have to be a female, because the thing is, this person was more. It had to do with other men, most likely. And that is not okay. We need to do something about that. But I am just a small person, so the reason I'm talking about this is because I want you to remember. I need you to pay attention to everyone, not just the people you know or the people you care about, everyone. Because you never know when someone needs your help. You never know. Just because someone is famous doesn't mean they're safe. Just because someone is pretty doesn't mean they can't be abused. Just because someone is a man doesn't mean that they can't be in danger. All right? So that's why I was very hectic in the beginning, because this morning I realized, you know what? You know what would be an interesting thing? Let's see what happens if I give that signal, because I'm a woman. And I should be someone that gets attention sooner when sending out a distress signal. And I am not blaming you for not noticing, because it's subtle, and that's a point. That's exactly the point. Because you need to be able to give the signal in a way that the person who is hurting you doesn't see it. It's silent for that reason. It's a hand signal for that reason. So please don't feel guilty that you didn't see it, but I hope that you take away from this that it is important that you pay attention. So if I seem a bit unstable this week, it's because of this. Me too, Millie. I kind of want to I want to see how many times I got it in there. And if it was subtle, well, it was subtle if you don't know about it, but now you know about it. Do you think you can catch it? I'm going to look back and I'm going to count. I do want to do it, well, tonight, because I'm so upset. So to be fair, I think I probably wouldn't have noticed it. So maybe having me being a bit of a bully and um, doing it like this, hopefully that will make an impression. You know what, if that makes sense? Do you know what I mean? It's difficult to teach an individual that there is a problem with society when society has so many differences from that problem. Yeah, but that means we should talk. That's a little fly in front of my face. What the hell? Stop it. We need to use our voices. Every voice matters. You are not small, and they are not as strong and invincible as they believe themselves to be, even if they are in top positions. Just look at the changes that we've made when it comes to certain political aspects in the last year, even though they've been going on for decades. We are with more. We are with more. All right. You can do tests, and we can try to pick it up. Now we're more aware. I could do that if you want to. We can practice if you want to. But I wouldn't do that every day, naturally. I'm going to think about that, because I might want to do that. I might want to do that. I just have to figure out how to make sure that people, because this is also going to be a VOD, you know. And it's going to be on YouTube, which is also why I'm scared to actually talk specifics without being this vague. I'm so sorry I'm being vague. And I'm doing that both because if I actually start to talk about it, I'm going to break down. But I'm also just scared. I don't want to be censored. I don't want my video to be deleted. I need people to see this. I need people to understand that this signal exists. And not just that it exists, but that it exists for people. Everyone. Not just kids, not just women, people. Because maybe if more people had known about it, maybe I wouldn't be standing here with a broken heart today. Yeah, I am Millie. I am very small, but I feel small when it comes to something like this. Because I feel powerless. And wanting to help people, I don't know. I wish I'd known, you know? I wish I'd known, because I do know the signal. And looking at the videos, it's so clear. It's so clear. God dang it. Hold on, let me get a tissue. I did. No one did. I did. I am making myself cry. Well, no, I am not making myself cry. Evil people are making me cry. Demons are making me cry. Oh, I actually remembered, because I know that in the VOD, I know that you can see on Twitch what is happening in chat. But you know what? I feel a little bit, well, like maybe that's actually more stupid. But you know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. Something else I want to ask you, because I don't look into details. Again, this is a horrible case. This is I will never forget this. Don't try to look into it, because there's also a lot of fake stuff going around. Don't underestimate AI. But I have some reason to believe that I have found very credible sources that I'm not going to share. But don't look into this case too deeply. But could you please sign this petition for me? Oh, it's not working. I didn't turn it on. Oops, sorry. Oh, I turned the timer on. I didn't turn the chat command on. I'm sorry. Hold on, hold on. Oh, god dang it. Hi, Trisha. That is interesting. Did I type it wrong? Did I just type it? Oh, I did. Sorry, I just typed it wrong. Is there no autocorrect? No, it is. Could you please? Oh, it's already coming up. Oh, it did. That was interesting. That's interesting. I don't know what happened there, but it's twice there. If you could sign this petition for me, please. Because if we keep talking about it, we're not going to change anything about what happened here. But we might do something for other people who are in the same situation, because he's not the only one. In fact, I remember seeing things throughout the years from over there, and I wonder. In fact, there's reason to believe that he is at least the 9th or the 10th to go this way. And I'm sure that Rotten Mango will go into that as well, actually. I am very curious. I'm very curious about what because she did one episode, which is why I found out about this case. But I hope you know from the last year that speaking up matters. Together we can do a whole lot more. Thank you, Lou. Well, I just talked about it, but it's about someone whose life was brutally cut short, and it's being censored, literally. And the reason I say don't look into it too deeply is because I don't want you to see things that you don't have to see. That I don't have to see either. I'm not looking for the things that the dark web stuff. Trust me, I don't. What I have been doing is looking at the past to see if it's true, if the rumors that he was sending out signs is true. And I am probably a little bit more sensitive to those signs of distress, of what it looks like when someone is being threatened while they're being live by someone who is not in screen. I have been through that. So I am able to pick up on some signs that you may not even realize are signs. I did look into that, but I say that so you don't, I'm not saying that to challenge you. I am warning you because someone who has been interested in true crime as me, and I mean, I do avoid cases that involve kids, right? I have no interest in the details of that, because what interests me about true crime is the psychology of the perpetrators. The reason this one gets me is probably, well, that I have a tiny sliver of experience of what this guy went through, but also it wasn't one person. It's the Epstein of the, what Loop says. It's the Epstein case of that. There is no sense. There is no understanding. This is evil. This is just evil. And the only way we can just try and do something about it is, for one, sign that petition. This is the official one. There was one on change.org, but they have been merged. And the interesting thing about that one is I cannot find the English one anymore. Yesterday, I looked up the English one because I wanted to see how far they'd gotten, how many people had signed the petition. And I cannot find the English version anymore. How strange. This is what's happening in real time. It's happening in real time. They're still working to completely erase this man's life from the internet. Actively, even in Western territory. That is terrifying. So let me be clear. I am safe. I am raising awareness. Um, I will always let someone know when I'm unable to stream. Usually it will be Erin. High Priestess will usually be, if it's for some reason I'm unable to notify you on Instagram and cancel the streams on Twitch and you know all the places where I usually let that go. I am very happy to be here. I have a very strong reason to keep going. I have not felt more reason to fight for my core why than I do now. This is fueling something inside me that didn't really need fuel, but trust me, I am here to frickin' stay, right? Just to be very, very clear. Um, mm, it's interesting. It's interesting. It is chemist because I have to admit that I am depressed because of reasons. I have CPTSD, being a woman, and there's just a lot going on in my personal life that is out of my control, and I can't prevent it. I've been trying, but people come to my house. What the fuck am I gonna do if people come to my house and you know? So there are days when I kind of feel like, you know what, I'm gonna stop it all. I'm gonna lock my doors and windows, and I am just going to pretend that I don't exist. Not anymore. No, I can't. I can't because this proves why it's so freaking important to advocate for men's mental health specifically. Because if that had been taken more seriously, if this sign had been more known, if people were able to look through gender and fame. Because the thing is, I've also heard, I think it was in Rotten Mango actually, he was trying to get out. He was trying to get out. There are people who were trying to get him away from the place where he was signed. He was really trying. But there was no way he could do it alone. There was just no way. Hi, Colorluck. How are you doing? Welcome in. I'm so sorry. Listen, I talk about serious things. I think it's important to talk about serious things, to raise awareness, to use my voice, and the face that I've been given so people listen, I guess. I don't know. Because honestly, I'm a freaking gremlin without my makeup, but here we are. Officer Santana, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing? But this case is kind of telling me that even if I have no right, I have no right to stop and give up on my core why. I know too much. I have been through too much, and I will not live in a world where this goes just unnoticed, or worse, gets buried. No, no, no. I won't. Sorry. So yeah, that's why I'm cold and sweating because I intended to secretly to give the sign while I was putting on my war makeup. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if someone notices. And again, I am not blaming you for not noticing. This was a test, and the point of the test is that you need to pay attention. People who are in danger often aren't able to say that out loud. They have to do everything they can to make sure that the one who is hurting them doesn't know that they are trying to reach out for help. Because to make it a bit smaller, when you're in an abusive relationship, the most dangerous time of an abusive relationship is trying to get out. That is when most people find the ending of their story. Trying to get out is the most and I am going to I will, Topi. I will. I am very passionate about mental health, and specifically men's mental health. And if I find a way to yes, if you see in this order someone in any variation, it could be this, right? It could be someone is doing this and keeping it there before, if that is something they don't normally do. Or for example, if someone is doing this and like this and saying that there's something under in their contact, what the hell? No one in the entire universe will try to get something out of their eye under their contact by rubbing with. That's just not a thing. It is in this case. It is bad. That's the reason I have to be so vague, and I hate that I have to do that. But I am paranoid, and I'm a little bit scared, and I don't want this to be censored. I don't want this to be hidden. I want to make sure that this video, at the very least, where I am talking about this sign, that a lot of people get to see this, because it's so important that people understand that this is a sign of someone trying to get help, and there is no other way for them to get help. Usually these people are under surveillance, like in an abusive relationship as well. Cameras, for example, can be used for outside dangers, but they can also be used to control people who are living inside the house. Phones are controlled, you know? So that is why this sign was designed. But the mistake of the advertisements that I have seen is that they're always using young women, children, or just women in general, and having the man as the perpetrator. But the fact is, this is a sign for everyone. And it doesn't have to be this, because also it's usually this, behind someone's back, or as a wave, but just this is already a sign, all right? Just this is already the sign. If it's something unusual, especially. And I always say, I would rather be a fool than open the news and find out that I was the last person who could have helped someone. I would rather be an idiot. I would rather be the family story of that crazy person than the other option. It's tricky for streamers, specifically streamers who do co-work or make background noise, because often viewers like me will minimize the tab until your alarm goes off. So I am very unlikely to notice a hand signal. I wonder if there is another subtle communication thinking of you specifically, the person in question. Well, that would be just something that could become a general thing, but even if we're using me as a guinea pig. But I did it while talking in the beginning of stream, and I didn't count. I was planning on, but on doing that, I wanted to kind of try to keep tabs on it. But I was so nervous, and I that as well makes me just, if I am nervous to do it, right, to try and see what happens if I give the signal, just because I want to see if people realize it. If I get nervous to the point that I probably looked insane. I felt like I was on drugs or something the entire time until I brought it up. The first 15 minutes of stream, I was so nervous. If I am nervous and I'm not in danger, I can't imagine what this guy went through for years trying to bring that signal to the attention of thousands of people. It's horrible. I'm heartbroken. And it's going to take a while for me to process that. But this is going to be my fuel. And I guess maybe a bit of an example of why it's important to also pay attention to, well, also just to pay attention to men's mental health. For them, period. But for women, if you're female and you're wondering why is this girl speaking up for men only, because I feel like this is the root of the problems that women have. If we keep ignoring the men's mental health part and actually just keep yelling about the things that men are doing wrong, how are we supposed to change anything? It doesn't make sense. We have to start with love. Punishing doesn't help, and while protests will always be important to raise awareness, there also has to come a part where we actually take care of each other instead of just yelling about what is wrong, right? At least that's how I see it. I meant tapping as in Morse code. Sorry, I wasn't clear. Well, Topi, he did that. I have found several videos where he did that. So we need to talk about it. We need to start paying attention. Not just to ourselves, but to everyone. Not to the people we love, but to everyone. People who are in the public eye aren't exempt from being in danger. In fact, I am starting to feel like maybe those are actually the most vulnerable. The people who are in the spotlight the most are probably, I mean, it is logical to think that, yeah, those are the ones who are going to be catching the attention of the people like those who are on the Epstein list. No, I don't know. You tell me. But I guess that's why I'm so upset. Because he did everything. He did everything. But to me, it's a combination of his fame and the fact that he was a man that made people blind to his silent screams for help. And I didn't see everything, naturally, because I am not kidding. There's years of content of him trying to reach out. Live streams, fans, and groups of fans filming him while he had bruises on his faces. There's clips of him doing this when his manager raises his arm. And he wasn't going to do anything, not in public, naturally. But to someone who has been abused, it was very clear. So it is important to make sure that those who have not been abused, hopefully, because I don't want anyone to naturally recognize signs like these, that is actually a good sign to me, because it means that you are reasonably safe, that you have had a reasonably good life and have had no reason to learn about specific signs. Like, I am sensitive to, even on the street, because I have been in that position, not to that degree, not at all, but I had a horrible childhood. I had people witness me cry and make the same jokes as this guy. But if you don't know, you don't know. And that's why these signals are invented. Signals like this. 540 is what it's called. But if you have never had a reason to be exposed to that, then how are you supposed to know? So I guess that's why I did it the way I did it. In the beginning, the first 50, I think the first hour or so of the stream, I did it in several ways. I did it a few times like this, maybe not as quick, but and I did it a few times like this, I think. I tried to get it in screen as much as possible. And so, to me, the fact that you didn't recognize it is a part comfort, because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I wish I'd known this when I needed it. But now I know, and I'll never forget. But also, I hope that you take away from this that it's really important to take care of each other, not just those you know, but everyone. And you never know. You never know. Okay. The reason I'm not responding is because I want people to keep talking about the subject that I'm talking about, Vat, and I'm talking about something very important. So maybe take a hint. I don't know. Be careful, Cherry. I feel so bad. I mean, I'm okay. I'm calmer now. Now I'm talking about it, and it's out there. Hi, Blue. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm not trying to be mean, Fat, but I think I put it in the message as well. If you come in chat, that I need you to stay on topic. And usually I'm all over the place, as I was in the beginning. But in this case, I'm talking about some. I hope you understand why I need to not let myself be diverted. I don't have the energy for that. I need a good cry. So I'm so sorry, Vat, but I would love to talk about that some other time. Is that okay? I assume that you're right about celebs. This guy probably made those around him a lot more money. Yeah. Oh, so okay. The reason they probably ended up doing what they did to him is because it's known that in that country, celebrities are used to set up shell companies to launder money. That is a known fact. And this guy in particular, talking about you, if you know what I mean, apparently found out about it, and because he was genuinely a good person. The theory is he found out about the billions probably that were laundered, and not just laundered, no, they were put into armies. And this man who gave away his money even when he himself was in trouble, like he found out about it, and it seems that he wanted out, and they wouldn't let him because he was making them a lot of money. Plus, if he got out, a whole group of very important people would be in trouble. And that's why they did what they did. So, I'm talking about a true crime case that has shaken me up, and that has made me realize that my core why of being here, of going over onto YouTube. I know it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but the whole reason I'm trying to build a community is because I want to make sure that mental health, and men's mental health in particular, is taken more seriously, and maybe we can save a few lives. Not just because if we don't pay attention to men's mental health, that means that I myself could be a victim of someone who gets all mixed up in his head and lashes out at a female, but because there are men out there who need help as well. Men who give signs like this, because that is the universal sign for help, and are not noticed because it's assumed that men's mental health is not really a thing, right? You're okay, Vat. I just, this is so important to me, and it doesn't really have to do with free speech. It's interesting that you bring that up, though, because this person was taken from us on the day after the Charlie Kirk thing, which is very interesting to me, because I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to put that into words yet. It's something that I just thought about before stream, so I don't know. If we're going to do super specific, my topic today is this sign, this help sign, 540, given in various subtle variations, in all its variations, really. Because not enough people know about it. And this sign, if you see that, especially this, but in every variation, if I were to do this and keep it up like this, that's probably on purpose. It probably means that even this is too dangerous. This sign means that I need help because I am in mortal danger and I can't get away. Help me. And it's for everyone, not just kids, not just women, not just your average person, everyone. No matter their status, no matter how much money they have, no matter how many friends, what country they live in, this is a universal sign for help. That's really, and it hinges on a true crime case. I'm saying that because it's in the true crime spheres now. I can't help it. But really, it's about a alleged accident of someone on the other side of the world. And it's not an accident. It's not. It's just not. I am currently on them. So yes, I do agree with that. But I have to say that this is taking so much energy, and I really need to cry. So I don't have the energy to go into anything else. Just to be clear, I am safe. If you ever see me give a signal of distress without a story attached to it, without me explaining it, there might be something wrong. But trust me, I have been through enough to now know that I just, it's not worth it for me to expose myself to situations. I am a homebody and I have a job to do. So it's not very likely that I will be putting myself in a situation like I was in the UK. It's very unlikely. So I am not asking for help right now. Personally, I'm asking you to take care of each other and watch out for signs that someone needs your help. Because sometimes the only place where people can ask for help is in a public place and of strangers. Sometimes there's really no other way. And if we don't realize that we're all part of the same tribe, it doesn't matter whether I know you, you're human. You feel what I feel. You have the same dangers in your shadow. We need to start understanding that the world is one big town. We have the internet. There is no such thing as they and me, you know? It's us. Always. I don't believe in countries. I believe in unconditional love. And that means there are no borders. That's just stupid. Do you think that the animals, like other than humans, stop at the border and check if they have their passport? No! Stop it! So, Vat, I love the way you're asking questions. I really appreciate these questions because they're important. And I enjoy conversations about this, these topics that you're bringing up, and I would love to go into them. But this case that it has triggered my desperation to get the signal out is really taking a toll on me. Hello, Unconquered. Yeah, let's just say that. So I'm gonna cry. And normally I really don't mind. I welcome difficult conversations. I love talking about difficult conversations, and I do like to be challenged as well, because it's important to see topics from different perspectives, which is why algorithms are stupid, because echo chambers are just going to make people insane. Look at the world. But today, I have been upset about this since the episode about this guy went live. I found out about through Rotten Mango, but please don't try to dig up the stuff that is apparently going around on the dark web. Please, this is not a challenge. Out of respect for this person, don't do it. Don't help the people who humiliated him by doing that. If you see the petition come by, you would help me to reach my core goal, which is help people and men. And maybe somehow save people in the future. But the sign is the most important thing here. And I will find a way to talk about this man as well, because he won't be forgotten. I refuse to forget about him. Let me put it like that. But that's going to be it for today. I'm so sorry it was a bit intense. It can be intense over here. I'll admit. I am known to cry about books, you know. Usually I remove myself though. But we do have fun here, I promise. I have a very weird little kitten. Well, he's not a kitten anymore. Our orange weird cat. And I have another cat that likes to be spanked. And, you know, I'm a bit of an idiot sometimes. So, you know, we have fun, all right? It's not always serious. And I love to talk about serious topics, Pat. So please don't don't think I was angry. This is just a case that is really becoming the fuel for me to keep going with my core goal, instead of giving into the depression and sadness that I have of myself. So I'm gonna be back tomorrow, and normally during the week we do like focus sprints, and it's kind of a co-working space, right? But you can also just hang and chill, because I do talk about other things than books and stuff. I want to talk about everything. I'm very curious. But I'm gonna take a shower. All right? I love you. You are important. You are important. You are not small. And as long as we don't allow those who would like us to believe that we are separate to win, we will persevere. All right? Don't forget to drink water. Oh, I'm sorry, Garfield. I need to go. I'll be back tomorrow. Look at the schedule to see what that means for you. So yeah, I thank you for listening. Thank you for signing the petition, and thank you for remembering the sign, paying attention, and you're humoring me, I guess. All right. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.